The Dreamcast. Nothing makes a retro console more interesting than the one that could have gone on to greatness. The Sega Dreamcast is a bit of an enigma. It's perhaps the greatest what-if story in gaming history, Sega's swan song and a last-ditch attempt to keep the Sonic ship afloat. Many consider the Dreamcast, including myself, to have been way ahead of its time, especially with the removable VMUs that are now used by many aspiring modifiers, and the fact that it was the first console that could connect up to the internet. Released in 1999, it was the last home console from the acclaimed video game company, and boy did they go out with a bang. While the console ultimately failed thanks to the massive success of the far superior PlayStation 2, the Dreamcast had featured some legendary games with its dying breaths. I will be looking at many of the Dreamcast games in my future videos, but today I wanted to go back to the beginning when the Dreamcast was launched and look at one particular launch game. And that game is Pen Trilceon. Let's check it out. So, Pen Trilceon, known simply as Pen in Europe, was developed by Land Ho, a former internal team at General Entertainment that later became its own company. It was released in Japan as one of 4 launch titles, as well as all other regions. The studio was still newly founded by the time development began. General Entertainment had been developing 2 titles, Pen and Godzilla Generations, for the Dreamcast's launch. As a result, Pen had a rushed development, which likely explains its short length and lack of promised unlockables. So what's the story of the game? Well, the Pen are said to live in a small world called Iced Planet, and it was here that the strange alien race were first discovered. Since the closest animal on Earth they resemble is the penguin, they were first given the name Pen. The Pen pretty much inhabit most of the planet's surface. It is believed they do in fact have their own language, but if so, it is totally incomprehensible to humans. It was later discovered that they come in a variety of different shapes and sizes. Other types came from other planets to visit the ice planet. 6 types have been discovered so far. In a world of snow, ice and water, the Pen have mastered the arts of running, sliding and swimming, and always used to play about on an iced field. These creatures saw the Pen and came up with an idea, and thus the Trilceon was born. This soon became the most popular sport on the ice planet. Pens enjoy this sport every day and never get bored of competing, but once a year they hold a grand Trilceon race to determine the number 1 Trilceon player. So there you go, a simple story. With regards to the gameplay, a Trilceon is similar to a real-world triathlon. Trilceons consist of 3 separate sporting styles in one game: running, sliding and swimming. These 3 things combine to make a race where everyone competes to first place. The Trilceons take place in 4 courses: Sweet, Jungle, Toys and Horror. The player controls our little penguin-like characters in a race consisting of 3 separate sporting styles. Both the sliding and swimming parts are raced by tapping and holding the action button and a rhythmic motion to maintain a smooth flowing pace. The running section is controlled simply with an analog stick and also with the ability to jump and charge into other competitors. The playable characters include the Pen Sparky and Tina, the Pen Hippo Barley, the Pen Shark Jaw, the Pen Walrus Back, the pen octopus Sneak, the pen dog Mr. Bow, and the unknown species Hanamitsu. Hope I said that right. Let's have a look at the game.
World! Look out for the attacker zone!
Pen is possibly the wackiest racing game ever that delivers the most laugh to you and the best enjoyment for the whole family. It's not even a racing game. You can play with 7 cute and weird characters that range from a big and fat hippo to a sneaky looking shark. Most of them are ice and water animals that is suitable to this racing game environment. It's more appealing to kids of course, but adults may enjoy it all the same. The graphics are extremely detailed, all of them in a cartoon looking environment. The sweet trees lighting up like a Christmas tree in the sweet course, snow that brush away from your feet, rapid water racing and other mostly unnoticeable background that are really detailed. The blue sky looks very real with few clouds floating on top, despite its features based on cartoon. All the characters are designed in fully 3D, modelled in the coolest and creative way that will make children squeal and adults laugh. The colours zip through every single thing in the whole game. That's what makes this game look cheerful and bright. The water ripples through as if they are almost realistic, bright white snow, an odd looking snowman with a top yellow hat, weird but adorable creatures standing at the side that will block you from going further if you bang into it, and many other cute stuff. Although the game is fast paced, there are simply no slowdown or any problem in the frame rates as they are totally smooth. Also, I have to say, the background music was enjoyable. It follows the theme of the track itself, with each odd looking host telling what you should do before you start in their odd language. The sound effects also suits everything that you do, ranging from swimming to walking in a babyish way. The voice that guides you through the game is weird too, honestly sounding like a childish adult. I have to say, I laughed a lot in this game.
Goal! Thank you for your wonderful race today!
There are only 4 courses in Pen, sadly speaking. But each course will start with 3 different difficulties, which you must beat each of them. There are the sweet course, where you can expect candy and ice cream, and all sorts of never heard before things that will exist in this fantasy world of cartoon. The horror course may not be so appealing to the younger children, as they represent ghosts and skeletons and flying books, hence the name. The other 2 courses are as great as these 2 courses, with many obstacles lie ahead and button mashing to do. There are 7 characters for you to play as, with each cute and awkward looks that are certainly really funny. All of them have their own weaknesses and abilities that will either help you to win the course or making you to sob sadly because you can't win this simple and easy game. Though this game is centred basically on kids, adults will have some problems too with this game, as some parts of the game are really quite hard. Now you'll go through several types of activities in this game that requires only 3 funny skills. One is the belly sliding, which will require you to tap the A button off and on repeatedly to get your character going, racing against the others. There are different kinds of places that will sort of stop you for a while to continue to the next area. It's more like a lap. You can also go swimming in the water while avoiding those dangerous obstacles and walking all the way to the top while jumping on the stairs. They're weird, really. Not to mention that the 3 different difficulties of the game has their own specialities that will affect your course later on. For example, choosing the easy course will allow you to go for a real short course through the game with no or less obstacles. It's good for beginners to understand this basic concept of the game before going further, as well as get used to this type of racing environment. The middle course will be as short as the easy course, except that it will have obstacles that will slow you down and make you lose. And of course, the long course will go one step further after the easy course and middle course, and will have obstacles too, like the middle course. Finishing all this 3 will unlock 2 more type of courses, which can be hard, depending on the type of the character and tracks you had to choose. The Trilceon mode is basically a 1-player game. Finishing a track with either one of the 3 courses will earn you a dressing item, which affect how you get through the game considerably. Example, if you get a pair of trekking shoes, you can walk faster, but other abilities will be slowed down a little. All of them have their own good points and bad points, so remember what you had chosen. If you had successfully get items that match each other, you will automatically be able to select those items at one time, which prove incredibly useful in the adventure. If you let one of your characters, say Mr. Bow, use the Santa's bag and you choose the other one, like Jaw, you will see that Mr. Bow, which will be computer controlled, will wear that during the course. Now, if you have one or more friends with you and have extra controllers handy, you can easily play against your friends at the Trilceon mode, where you can choose whether to have 2 to 4 players fighting up together. This will certainly be fun, as other games do if you fight against your friends, racing against each other in order to see who wins. However, you can't use any of those dress-up items that you had obtained in the Trilceon mode. That's a bugger, isn't it? You can also race up in the time trial mode, but to be honest with you, I didn't really think much of that mode. If you have some friends with you by your side, you can easily see who can get the fastest times through a certain course by using this mode, though Trilceon mode is one that easily shows up and livens up your life even more. But for me, this is possibly the mode that you will rarely play, or not even play it. Get yourself over this and head for the fun game, that's what I say. Now, with regards to the controls, they're not too confusing, and I have to say it is easy, probably because to make this game suitable for the younger kids. Now, would I replay this game again? Well, this is the part where this game shines its purest. Sure, it's great enough to have yourself playing the whole game and complete all tracks in one day, but there's a 60% chance that you can do that. Despite those wonderful dressing items that will keep you coming back for more of them, completing only 4 tracks and all of those 5 courses, including the secret ones, are not really that hard, especially if you're good in this kind of game. The Trilceon may keep you coming back too, as you can choose whether to have mixed competition, where you can play the long course using this mode, or choose which part you want to go. It's fun when you play against friends or family members, but it can get boring after a while, especially as it has only 4 tracks. You might be excited one day playing it and got thoroughly addicted to it, but after a while you'll turn over to another game. So overall, it's a nice game to play, with all those cute cartoon characters with Mr. Bow's tongue sticking out. This game is great to be played when you're in the mood of hanging together with this kind of games with the whole crowd of friends or family around you watching. It's also especially perfect if you had a baby brother or a sister or children that will keep on crying. Let them see this game and you will be glad to see them happy. If you can shell out some sort of extra bucks or get this one cheap, be sure to do so, as it's never too late to get this one to provide you a short span of entertainment.
Thank you for your wonderful race today!
Well, there you go folks, that's my video of the Pen on the Sega Dreamcast. I hope you liked my video, and if so, then please press that like button or perhaps leave a comment. However, it would be much appreciated if you chose to subscribe to my channel. That would be good. And if you've already pressed that subscribe button, then I have to say thank you again. And to all you subscribers, I am committed to continue working on both new content and to continue to improve my channel. And if there's any subject matter that you would like to see, then please recommend that and I would take that into consideration. Now, finally, please remember that this video is just for a bit of fun, not to be taken too seriously, But if you need to leave a nerdy comment, well, that's okay as well, nerd. Anyway, thanks for watching and I hope to see you all again soon. Take care everybody, bye bye.